Hi guys, I'm Becca Otis from Five Lines Pottery, and I'm located in Van.
And I'm Ryan Durbin from RD Ceramics, located in Highland Heights, Kentucky.
And welcome to Wheel Talk.
Well, hello. Just so you know, it's Christmas. Well, it's actually the day after Christmas. And as such, we did not record a podcast today. So, here's an old recording from Will Donovan, and this is good timing because we actually chat a little bit about the 505 days or 707 days. So you'll learn about that, and if you want to challenge yourself, you can. So, okay, have a good day. I hope you enjoy.
He just asks people to interview with him, and then he just never mentions it to me. He's
Ryan, you
like,
gotta communicate.
oh,
Well, some of it's
because
like
he,
I was like easing some of your worry of like, okay, Becca doesn't have to worry about interviewing all these people because usually I'm the one coming up with like, I want to talk to this person, that person, and that person, and then I just like reach out to them and schedule it. And then I'm like, Becca, if you don't want to join this one, you don't have to. So we'll keep it
that's not
focused.
what he says all the time. Sometimes he just doesn't tell me.
Oh, I get it.
Sometimes,
Well, in the
sometimes
past,
he's
you've been
like,
like, like I don't, feel free
I
to
don't
like
mind.
schedule ones without me if you want to. Like
Yeah,
you've said that.
I don't mind. Yeah, Ryan's an interviewer, so
Well, we're
that's
all
what he's.
here now, and I'm really excited. Becca, I just noticed your glasses, and those are fantastic.
Thank you.
Are they like are they just a hard plastic or are they
Yeah, they're like regular glass material.
yeah.
Like,
They
and
just look
they
like a cartoonish
Yeah.
drawing of glasses and it's like I've never seen any like that.
yeah, I got them off of this site called Vooglam, and it's like Zinni, but it's yeah. Write that down,
I
so you can
am.
get some cool. Yeah, it's got
I
like
know this.
all the cool artsy glasses.
What
Like
is
they have
what is
like
it again?
Vooglam, Vooglam.
I spelled it wrong.
They have like tons of artsy glasses, and they have like all of the yeah, it's just like a bunch of
That's cool.
like stuff that normal people wouldn't wear. You can tell that like a graphic designer was like, "Fuck you guys, we're making our own
Yeah, I mean they
glasses."
look very artsy.
Yeah, so I'm a fan.
That would be a good like I always tell Zipporah this, but it's like a good eye catcher to no pun intended to like get that focus on something if you're
Hmm.
throwing or you're doing something in a video and like your glasses are such a draw like you're immediately going
Sure
to get
thing.
comments about it so it's like good
Yeah,
engagement.
Sure, absolutely. Well, and two, like glasses are the first thing anybody's gonna acknowledge about
yeah,
you, and it's how you view the world. Like it's such a
yeah.
small thing, but I feel like there's not enough
Right.
personality in glasses, and so when I saw you,
Agreed.
I was very happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like some of my favorite people on Instagram, like this one guy, Dylan. I don't remember his last name, but he has like orange glasses, I think, and that's what I noticed about him. Yeah, I was like, ah, those glasses are fucking cool.
You take a
But
page out of your guys' book and get some interesting glasses.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll need to
Uh,
have a look on there.
yeah, Ryan always sends me his glasses to approve.
I
Or
haven't got them in a couple of years. So I mean my
yeah.
prescription doesn't really change that much, so it's just for funsies when I get them.
Oh, sure.
And if you
Well,
can't imagine, his glasses are not scratched. They're not like mine.
No, I don't.
microfiber cloth cleaner only.
No, I don't do that, but I don't like I'm not in a lot of places where I take them off. So the only
Sure.
time I take them off is if I'm getting a shower or like going to bed. So
Right, because you like can't see without them, right?
it's more distance. So it's more like important when I'm driving, but it becomes so common that I like what's the reason to sit at my desk and take them off? I
Can
don't
Sure.
you
know.
see without yours?
Not a bit.
Not a
Not
bit.
a roll pin like inch in front of my face.
An inch. I can definitely see without mine,
Hmm.
but it just gives me a headache. So
Oh, sure. Trying to
Yeah, I
focus.
could probably throw and stuff and do things around the studio without them. It probably wouldn't be a big deal. But then I'd be like, where's my glasses at? Like I go upstairs and leave them down here, and then I'm like, oh well, I want to go go for a walk or something, like I want to wear the glasses when I'm outside and stuff. So
Yeah, I would forget mine if they weren't literally attached to my face.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alrighty, we're already rolling. We've been rolling. Becca started it already.
I started it because I thought the glasses conversation might be interesting to people.
Hey, you never know. Vooglam.
Yeah.
Become a future sponsor of Will Talk.
There you go.
Yeah. Vooglam.
No, I just get mine off Cindy, so mine aren't that fancy.
Well, you got to get a pair, and then you'll be sponsored.
Yeah, I want you to get some orange ones.
They match your hat.
Yeah.
My hat today. My hat feels like an oversized hat. That's the one thing about this one. It feels so large
Like
that it
a
was
trucker
like
hat.
weird putting the thing on. But I like it. So Trader Vic's was like I don't know if it was just a tiki bar, but it was like it's like a brand of
It's not just a tiki bar if you're choosing to wear a hat. It's something.
Yeah.
It's true.
So we got it at a tiki event this fall, and I was like, I like that. It's like kind of subtle, and it's got the.
It's a good hat.
So.
You should be
I
proud.
wish I was wearing a hat so I could fit in.
I can take mine off.
No, it's okay.
You're in the glasses club. So.
You're like hiding your new hair, Becca.
I know. Well, here's the thing. This hair also hasn't been washed since like when it got done. And she decided to put all this shit inside of it, like all this like product and crap, so I can't even wear it down anymore. So, but I'm getting my hair cut by the same lady on Wednesday.
Wait, why wouldn't you get it cut while you get it done? Why would you get it cut after?
This takes 4 fucking hours, okay? She only had so much time. I think it actually took 5 hours. Like, I wanted to get it sorry, I'm so sorry.
Or when you get it cut before you get it done, and then it's a quicker turnaround in the time it takes to do the hair because there's less volume there to work with?
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. I'm not getting it cut that much, but we were going to do it after the coloring, but then she ran out of time because it's hair school, and so.
She had hair class or what?
No, she had another appointment.
Oh, okay.
So she had to be done by a certain time. I went into the salon, and like apparently nobody ever goes into hair schools and it's like bleach my entire head and turn it like purple. Like nobody does that. So I went in and I was like, hey, I want my hair bleached, and I don't care what color it comes out as. It just can't be natural, like not a natural color. And the owner came out and was like, are you sure you want to do this? And he was like the owner. Yeah, like the owner who's like the head person, and I was like, yeah. And he was like, it's gonna cost like $100, and I was like, and it would cost like $1,000 everywhere else. So
that's true.
It would probably cost like $600 somewhere else. But
oh my gosh, was he like? Did you have to ask like, have they done it before?
She had not done it before.
Okay.
I would put bottom dollars that nobody in that studio under the age of 25 had ever bleached somebody's hair and then dyed it a different color before.
I think I'm learning a lot about your level of bravery.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just hair. We'll fucking cut it all off. Just shave it off. I don't care. Yeah, I mean, I don't care. I mean,
$100 compared to $600. I mean, I would guess most people wouldn't do that.
Well,
but the cost incentive
like,
for you is like, I don't really care. Like, go for it.
Yeah, and also something like that where you have something that's so aggressively different. Like there was an instructor coming by like every 10 minutes, you know, to make sure that everything's fine. So, yeah.
And truthfully, you're getting a discount on more attention.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, if you get some, and she's going to graduate in like 2 months anyway, so it's not like, you're not like getting the
the newbies.
The noobs, like, hopefully. And yeah, but it's fine. I mean, yeah.
Nice.
Good stuff. They only charge $5 for a haircut.
That's more.
$5? Oh
$5.
my gosh.
It's worth the gas money to drive there.
Right? Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Absolutely.
So
and where do you live, Will?
Yeah,
South
where
Carolina.
are you?
South Carolina, yeah, you could drive here for cheap or no. We should probably focus the conversation on you. Actually, though, you should tell us who you are.
Yeah, who are you? Where are you located? What do you do? All that good stuff.
My name is Will Donovan. I'm a potter in Greenville, South Carolina, where I've been making pots for the last 10 or 12 years-ish. I'm married. I have a wife of coming up on 10 years. I have 2 boys. Jude and Liam are 6 and 3 years old. And I have my studio is behind my house. We work out of like a 350, 400 square footish space. I'd say I enjoy being able to create.
How
Nice.
do you care if I ask you how old you are?
I am 31, almost 32.
Ah, we suck, Ryan. What?
What do you mean?
Oh, do you think it was
I
like
mean,
40?
No,
it's just.
I thought maybe max you were mid-30s, but I didn't think you were.
I thought you were like mid-30s, but I was like, damn, you've done like. There's been a lot happening in those last 15 years.
Started early. That's product of Southern Christian school systems.
Wow.
You typically get funneled into the.
Yeah. Well, Ryan's been married for
Yeah, I've been married for 8 years, I think.
8 years. Yeah.
2015, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm 32. I was born in 91, so yeah, 32. And yeah, I've been married since I was 20. What is that? 23, 24, 24.
Sure, 22. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is that I was talking to somebody recently about like all of my friends. Well, we were just talking about like people that we know and like incomes that they make or something. And I had mentioned that I make like 40 grand, which is like stomp on it with a shoe type of money. And they were like, isn't that what other people make too? And I was like, I don't know who your friends are, but my friends are making a hell of a lot more money than me and are a hell of a lot more successful than me. And
Totally depends on where you're at, though. Like, I'm sure there's people that have, like,
sure.
depending on where you live, like,
yeah,
you know, there's folks making that, and they're like just skating by.
Oh sure. Yeah.
Versus like they're making 40K and they're maybe newly out of college or something, and they're happy with it, and then they're like moving their way up and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Like 40 in Greenville, South, or anywhere in South Carolina really will get you pretty far. Like there's probably a good amount. It's probably the majority of people are that or under where we are.
I just like I don't know how I got all these friends that just make so much money, but all my friends like make exponentially more money than me, and I'm just like, cool. Like,
are you happy?
But it's fine. I get to travel around in a fucking van with a cat, so it's like I'm fine with it. But
well, are you living the life that you want to live?
Yeah, exactly. I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it, but like for a lot of people that compare money stuff, it seems interesting to them. Like I don't want to make any more money, but like, you know, to a lot of people that I associate with, I make literally nothing. I make food stamps money, you know.
It's tough. Yeah, I understand. I think we're doing taxes this week, and I was going back over my W-2s from years previous, and I was just like looking at how things started. And I think the first year we opened Donovan Pottery, we like not like before all of our expenses. I think we did like $12,000, and that was like
in sales.
I was working part time at a thrift store to supplement my pottery hobby, so it wasn't. Yeah, it's there, but like that, I feel like people don't go into clay for the financial gain. Like when they decide I'm going to be a potter, I'm going to be a ceramic artist, like the money is so far on the back burner of the considerations of like why we would pursue that path. It's oftentimes we're too far in before we realize.
Do you think the social media side has glorified it and made it seem like it's very financially like worth it, or is it just the life that's being glamorized more so than the financial side?
I don't know. I feel like the life definitely is like the potter's lifestyle is romantic. You see that online. You see like it looks appealing. That's what got me. And I think the romantic lifestyle you see on social or internet of like potters' lives, what that may look like. I think the ones that are alluring are the ones that maybe like they have another answer that isn't being like shared or said, this is how this is possible.
Right. Like I live at my parents' house and they pay all of my bills to live,
Sure. Yeah. And like I get it. Like everybody's life and situation and advantage level is like everybody's starting line is a different place.
For sure.
And clay is equally attractive no matter what your W-2 says. So it attracts all kinds of. But it does make, I feel like the one seeing the lifestyle that makes it look like making a living from the things you make is easy. I feel like those are the ones that draw you in and make us feel like, oh, it's possible. I can do that. Let's go. And it is possible. It's just tough.
It's just hard work.
Yeah. Ton of hard work.
Yeah, and there's no rubric for everybody. Like I couldn't give you a rubric for like, here's what you should do and follow this path. And like this is easy of here's the courses you take and you can learn how to do this and then you go about something like it's so regional with how you sell your stuff and what's best for your work, like where your work fits and like how you talk about your work and how you market yourself. Are you a more outgoing person? Are you good on camera? Do you want to like show the process or are you more like, I'm just more of like, I want to post my stuff and let it stand on its own and people don't really need to know much about me. But there's so many ways to succeed and also fail in this world.
Absolutely. And that's the thing, like with art careers, is there's really no framework to say like this is how you do it and be successful. You can kind of like take bits and pieces, but art's so unique to each person that an art business is unique to each art entrepreneur. I feel like there are like key things that you can do or like key like staples, but as far as turning something that's so unique as far as like an artistic process that's turned into a product. And I don't know, it's
unless you're like I'm really good at teaching or talking about your like that's definitely an avenue that you could go down and there's probably so many different ways to be successful in teaching. Like maybe that is just a general framework, but you could say like there's online teaching and then there's local teaching at the different studios depending on where you're located. Like you can set up your own way to teach and like I don't know if a community studio is necessary, but if there's already one there, you can probably like adjunct there or part-time teach there and then you kind of go from there.
Right. That's true. Yeah, teaching I feel like there's a well, that's the difference between like a standard career path of like this I'm going to be a teacher versus like I'm going to be a creative entrepreneur and do my own thing and connect ends in strange ways through clay.
Yeah.
I would say you're not necessarily like set up to be more successful if you have a degree in it.
No.
I think it's a pretty equal playing field. I mean, it does cost a lot of money, but it's fairly equal with like the types of learning you can get without a degree, with a degree, like with little money, with a little bit of money, with a lot of money. Just because you have a lot of money doesn't guarantee you're going to have the success of like making all the sales and.
Right.
Oh, sure. Yeah, absolutely.
It's Well,
I'm sorry, Becca.
You cut out there for a second.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you go to school for pottery, like college?
I did go to university. There was a small school in Greenville, where I live now. It's called North Greenville University, and I went there. Started off as an art major, but honestly, I switched 180. I enrolled as a business major and kind of just thought, I don't want to go to school for this. I want to do something fun. The school that I had attended all through high school didn't have an arts program. It was very just fundamentals of learning. So when I had the opportunity to do something fun, I said, sure, let's try. I took an art class, and I took all my like just prereqs first year, and then took a clay class my sophomore year, and it was pretty much immediate.
Hey, yours and my timelines are very similar.
You went
Except
to this as well? School for?
Yeah, I mean, except for I'm 2 years ahead of you, but like, yeah, I started sophomore year was the first clay class I took, and then it kind of went from there. Yeah. I was just thinking about, I have a friend who didn't go to college for clay, but he's brilliant. He's so freaking smart. And instead of investing in the money into college, he's invested into like going to workshops with people that he admires. And he's doing well because of it, you know? And I think that sometimes we forget to talk about that other option.
Absolutely.
You know?
I'd say what I've noticed is really beneficial for people who find clay in college. It's really just that they found clay in college.
Mm-hmm.
If you want a career or work in clay, it's definitely not necessary. You could springboard from any point. It was just I was at college and I found it. And then
There's Joe in the background there.
Are you good? You just hear a laugh.
Nice.
Sorry, continue.
I was saying, yeah, but you can springboard anywhere. And I feel like the people who probably don't find clay in college and they make the conscious decision of I'm going to pursue this ceramic journey outside of a formal education probably have a lot more motivation and doing things like going to workshops. You have a lot more exposure to better opportunities, better teachers, better things, because if you're in a university setting and you didn't necessarily go there for clay, you probably didn't choose it as the department or professors, you're just there because you found it, which is great. But in choosing that path outside of college, you have a lot more choices to attend workshops, figure out who you want to learn from, figure out what about it interests you to a point where you can pursue technique processes. And
you're not doing the things that you're required to do for that course curriculum, and you have to do get past the like I already knew some wheel throwing, but I had to go through the prerequisites of doing the hand building and some of those courses that I'm not as interested in, doing the foundation classes just to get to the wheel throwing that I wanted to do and the alternative firings and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's I think you nailed it, that like you have probably a deeper interest and ability to kind of quickly go into whatever you want to dig into when you're doing it outside of a curriculum like that.
Yeah, I'd say the other downside about it is like you don't maybe not have the accessibility as you would in like a school setting. Or 24 hours.
Yeah, you have to have a little bit of money.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean you gotta invest in it, and like, and then I think about like we're talking about like if you just stumble upon it, I think about those kids that like do go into like pottery programs, like the people that go to Alfred and the people that like schmear, like those people, and how fortunate they are to have that like instant community, unless they are an unlikable person and then they're tossed out quickly. But like it's rough, man. Those educational situations they'll take you or they'll leave you. But yeah, like they have like that instant, like what would I want coming out of college doing pottery? Like would I want like that, though, all those connections? Would I want connections, or would I want, I don't want to say quality, because you can have the quality with connections, but like focused, like focused work, like knowing your style, because a lot of the times it takes a lot of time to get to that style.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think I mostly valued the sampling of the different firing techniques. That's what I appreciated the most, being able to do raku firing, pit firing, stagger firing, wood firing, soda firing. Well, I don't think I did soda firing, but gas firing. Like I did all of that in college. We had access to all of that. So like I think
that's pretty good.
That was the
I did none of that.
benefit that I got. And Becca's basically touched almost zero of those. Maybe a gas firing. I don't know.
I've done a charcoal firing, and I've done um, a gas firing and electric. I have done raku because of Melissa and Eric Beal.
Right. You did that last year.
But that was like because I was there. It wasn't like I'm looking to do raku because I'm like, fuck that, I don't really care about that stuff. I'm more of like the focused. I want to focus in on one thing and then go that way. Like, I don't need to be a professional soda firer. I just, like, if I learn that in the process, that's fine. But I'd rather just be like very focused on what I want to do. I would have been one of those great kids that didn't learn in college, but I found clay in college, so I guess there was that. So
that's great.
Yeah.
So you're a deep learner, not a wide learner.
I'm a deep learner for sure. I know my craft in and out. Like, yeah, like what I do in and out. Yeah, for sure.
And you kind of got to the point where you're like, I'm okay with not throwing as much pottery. You're being very selective of when you throw and what you throw, so that I'm not making thousands of pieces, because you kind of went to the extreme of that being the production potter.
Yeah, and being a production potter makes you learn more than anything in the whole world as far as technique is concerned. So, I mean, I can look at somebody throwing from across the room and tell you exactly what they're doing wrong and exactly what they're doing right. And I mean, what does that get me? Not very much.
In relation to like efficiency or just a quality form or pot? Yeah.
Both, I guess, but mostly efficiency. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, what does production pottery mean for you? Like, is that like a volume of work, or like for somebody, or?
Technically, I mean, yeah. So I used to say that I did production style pottery before I actually worked for somebody. Okay. So when I would say production style pottery, that was like throwing like 50 to 100 pieces daily kind of thing. And then when I started working production, I started doing 100 pieces daily. That's kind of my max for being. It doesn't really matter how big the pieces are. They could be 8 ounces or they could be 4 pounds. It would still be my max at 100. I can do more. I don't want to. Like, your body tends to like tell you that it's time. So 100 pieces a day is, but what's great about production pottery is that you're not doing anything else. You're just throwing it.
Right. And
passing it off. You're not trimming it. You're not glazing it. You're not doing anything other than the throwing. So
because you work with the staff, but you wouldn't say that your own pieces, you would have, that's not the throwing process. If you were doing everything, you wouldn't be like 50, you would throw 50 if you sat down that day to throw.
Yeah.
But you're not doing that.
Right. Yeah.
365 days a year. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I mean, like, there was times back in the day when I would do like 700 pieces in 7 days, but like, you should try that challenge.
Will's
that's
like,
fun one.
Nope.
I don't. We'll see.
Ryan, do you remember when I did that? 707?
Was that when you were just prepping for the spring?
Yeah.
I kind of remember that. You were trying to get stock for your show, because she used to do a show that she did May through October every weekend, and I'm guessing that was the goal, was to get X number of bisqueware made.
I mean, shoot, if you can make your entire market inventory for a season in a week, that's...
I did that last year, and it was the best thing I've ever done. It does kind of suck when you have to go back to throwing, but like last year I threw all of the bisque pieces that I needed, like all of the pieces that I needed for the entire year, and then it was almost exactly the amount of pieces that I needed. And I took them bisque with me in my van and then just painted them along the way, and it was like the best. It was
not 700, but what would that number have been?
No, it was like, I think it was like 200, maybe like 100 to 200, something like that. It wasn't a ton, but
for
like,
the fancy cups is what she's kind of talking about.
Okay. So it's not a bad method. Beats making 10 a day for all year.
Yeah, I mean, if you have like a regular product that you have in like a product line, and you can like just really focus at the beginning of the year, getting like, let's say you sell, I don't know, like we're actually talking to you about your little year recap, and if you have something that specifically sells more than the other, and you did like 200 of them, and your normal would be 800, that gets you so ahead for the rest of the year.
So much more time. Just to
So much more
stuff.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. I might take a page from your book there.
Hey, if you
Maybe I'll
want
try
to
the
do
707. Maybe I'll try.
well, we'll do it. You do what suits for you.
Okay.
You know, you do what suits you. But like, if you want to accountability, you just let me know. We
All
can do
right.
it together.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
What are you gonna throw 700 of, Becca?
I'm not saying that. Like, you choose what you want to do. Like, I'll probably throw like 60 or 70 of the fancy cups right away.
Oh, I got you. Okay, you're not
Yeah.
competing. You're just like, hey, this is my goal and this is your goal. How are we trending on these two? Nice.
Yeah. I feel like that works.
Ryan, you want to do it with us?
Come on, Ryan. You know you're throwing all that much anyways.
Okay, I could probably pick up
You
the
can do like
number.
a shot glass goal. Like, get a lot of your shot glasses out of the way before the end of the beginning of the year.
I threw almost 1,000 shot glasses last year.
That was wild.
Yeah.
I saw your recap, and those shot glass numbers were insane.
Yeah, I think everybody agrees that your shot glass situation is insane.
I threw less last year than the year before, of shot glasses and total pieces.
Yeah, I noticed that. I thought that was pretty cool.
On a recap every year. Oh, sorry.
What about a recap every year?
Are we good? Will, have you done a recap every year? Because I don't remember one last year.
I have not. This was my first recap, mainly because this is the first year I've been organized to have even an idea.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you shared one of the ones that we've been seeing, like not work related. Sarah did one. We've seen a bunch of different people. I did one last year. I did one again this year. And I was curious, why did you choose to share yours, including like actual numbers with expenses and income?
Yeah, it's a really good question, and I've thought about that a lot before and after I shared it, because it was kind of like, it's odd. Nobody else in any other industry that I follow like really does that, except maybe like some social media influencers who want to share how much they've.
Brag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I shared. I thought a lot about it, and I think I shared it. It was for past me. I shared it for past me, the person who's in the exact same spot that I was in 10 years ago, when I'm like on senior year of college, thinking, okay, like I could get a real job, maybe I could try to get a real job, or I could get a part-time job and apprentice with my professor who has a pottery studio in his backyard, and we'll just make it work. And at the time, I had no idea. There was nobody within my sphere of understanding that I could even ask. And I did a lot with people. They're like, hey, is it like, can you make a living as a potter? And it's probably just a mark of like my stubbornness, but I know the answer was, it's difficult. But yes, you can. And I think at the time, like I had really low like aspirations for like what I thought I needed to survive on. I mean, at the time, I was just supporting myself, and I was a college student living on a mattress in the ground in a townhome with 3 other guys. So standards were not like super
low. They were on the mattress.
Yeah, you weren't like, I want to buy a house
they were
someday.
with the mattress on the ground.
Yeah, they were also on ground mattresses. So yeah, aspirations weren't super high. Aspirations to live a fulfilling life and be happy in what I did, after seeing like so many people in my life growing up just doing things that I didn't perceive them to enjoy. I thought, if I'm going to spend all of my life working at something, I might as well do something that for the first time I really am, like, I feel like I'm good at and I feel like I enjoy. What I didn't know is, would it be viable long term, and what that looked like. So really, I think everybody does to an extent. We just jump in and say, well, figure it out. Yeah. And so I shared my recap for the person who is sitting where I was, not knowing if it's going to work out, but they're hoping. And like, I'm not like, my expenses were super high. I'm still figuring a lot of this out. So I'm spending more in some areas than I should be. I don't know what to do with what I'm making in some areas. Um, I'm new to all this, guys. So like a recap might just be numbers on the screen, but I'm still very much in the weeds of this learning process that is making a living out of making pots.
Yeah. Because you like the first like 5 years, I feel like, of making pottery, you're just figuring out how to make a good pot.
Yeah.
And then I feel like then it kind of like switches to like a business goal for most people. Not for everybody,
I was to say
obviously.
these days it's kind of reversed a little bit. You don't spend
Right.
5 years. You're selling within the first year or two.
Right. But you know, like for the most part, the way that we feel like it should be, um, you know, you're really figuring out the business part towards the end of that learning session. And yeah, I mean, like even though we're in like year 10, year 15, whatever, it feels like, oh shit, like I haven't even been doing that this long.
Right. Like I should say like I know the pots, but
Yeah,
figuring the business out.
that's hard.
Yeah. And yeah, you're right. I feel like a lot of people, especially craftsmen, like we figure out how to make a good pot. We spend all this time figuring out what our voice is, what do we want to say, how do we want to say it with the work that we make. And you don't even get to the point where you're thinking about how to really like how to sell it, like more than just transactional piece to piece, at least not for me, until much later in the art process, art journey.
Yeah. Do you think the social media side of it kind of confuses us of like the feedback that you get? Because I don't know about you, but I didn't join until 2017 or something. I didn't actually join social media until I was already like starting the business. So I already had this baseline of skills and knowledge that I'd built for about 8 or 9 years, kind of doing it in school, and I didn't have social media to get feedback to like push me a certain way or like listen to people's insights of, or just using it as like inspiration for seeing what other people are doing. So I wonder if it almost is a distraction for people that are up and coming and like figuring it out, or if it's just like, you know, it just gives them so many options and so much knowledge that they can just figure it out so much quicker than we did.
I don't know. I'd be curious. To see if there is any kind of like measurable metric around that. Like, is social media good for the advancement of artists, or is it a distraction? I know personally for me, I try to keep my phone face down when I'm working because it is a huge distraction. But I don't know. It's an interesting question.
It is interesting. Like I think about some of the people I know that are very extremely talented and just like hit it off on social media and have been doing well because of it.
Oh yeah.
And then other people that are amazing, like amazing, and are not doing well on Instagram, you know? Just because that's their personality.
Yeah. And I mean, there's a ton of variables. I mean, creating content and creating pots are very different skills. And you don't have to be good at making content in order to make good pots, and vice versa. And so, like, yeah, social media it brings those that are good at making content to the top. And so we might see those people first, but the people who make good pots are still there, just maybe a little further down in the algo feed. Yeah, they're different skill sets, I feel like. So we'll see the people who are better at the content creation, and maybe that sways us in some ways.
Yeah, and it's hard to, I mean, you have to, if you're selling your stuff online, you have to do your best to communicate what the pot is actually going to feel like and the experience of it in real life when you receive it. If you purchase it online, that is, I mean, there wasn't really a way to do that other than like a website in the past. So,
sure.
I mean, in a way, that's like a great thing, but it also can, you know, there's like a weight to how much stimulus there is of just other pots out there and what you see, and maybe it's kind of like glamorizing what your expectation is going to be, so it gets your high expectations, and then you get it, and maybe it doesn't quite meet it, or.
Hi, I'm Taylor from Backyard Kiln. You may know me as the golden voice of several of the ads you hear on this podcast, or from the Wheel Talk Book Club episodes, which are so chaotic and fun. But today I'd love to talk to you about my absolutely true experience with L&L kilns. I bought my first kiln Charlotte secondhand from someone online. She's an old, reliable L&L Easy Fire. I'm a DIY kind of person, and I love to be able to take my kiln apart and fix it myself, and I do. Every time it throws an error, I can either find out how to fix it on their YouTube channel, or if I'm stumped, I just call up L&L customer support, and they're always able to get Charlotte back up and running. They send parts right out to me over the phone. It's super easy. I've always been impressed with L&L's customer service and expertise and the ease with which I can maintain my own kiln. You don't even need special tools to change your elements or thermocouples. I just keep a couple normal household tools down in the studio, and I am good to go. L&L. The easiest kilns to install, use, and maintain.
You kind of expect that all the content creation work that went into that would reflect in the pod itself, but
Sure.
maybe it's like, you're only seeing a snippet of it.
Yeah, social media is a wild game. I'd say like it's probably a net positive. I view it as a tool. Sometimes I can get distracted in it. For me though, the opportunity to be able to connect with any number of people at any given time, and just to upload a piece of media and have the potential for it to reach millions of people is wild and insane. And in fact, it's free. Like it's nuts. Like before social media existed, people had to pay for newspaper ads or TV ads or commercials in all of these paid platforms, but we get to do it free, and it's the best way for us to let people know about the stuff we make.
And you could almost never reach the number of people that we reach on a daily basis by putting it in a newspaper or a television ad.
And the quality of the people you're reaching too. Like you put it in a newspaper, you don't know who's watching this. Like sure, if you're selling, like if you're a pharmaceutical company, you're selling medicine, maybe you pop that on a 2 p.m. show where a lot of old people are going to be already watching. I don't know, but with being able to target people through social media, your quality of people on the other end of the thing is just so much richer. You had your hand up?
I did.
Beck?
I wanted to tell you that you inspired me.
Yeah.
Because I have been trying to advertise this class that I'm doing with Seapor Ceramics.
Yeah.
And is it Seapor or is it Sipor?
Seapor.
Seapor. Okay. Anyway, with Seapor.
Sephora, yeah.
And I saw you like how much you paid for ads this year on the InstaWebs and the TikToks, and I was like, I'm gonna fucking do it. And so I put like $50 into 2 different reels. I think, well, 25 each, which I would never fucking do. I'd probably put like $5. And it worked so good. Like, awesome. Yeah, like our goal was to get like 50 people, and we're at like 92.
That's crazy.
Yeah, like our
she
La
said your
La
stretch
Land
goal was
our
100.
La La Land goal was 100.
Wow,
and we're almost there. Yeah, so I'm gonna do one more reel tomorrow, see if we can push it.
Okay. That's cool.
But yeah.
Were you just boosting?
So anyway, you inspired me.
Oh, I'm honored. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, that's fantastic. I mean, like $50. Like, it seems like a lot to put behind a picture or a video. And there was a real breaking down of barriers that I had to go through before I hit like confirm on the pay for any kind of reach. And that was a whole process.
Because you're gambling, right?
It's a bit of it, like a little bit of a gamble. So what I did, I don't think it was as much of a gamble as much as a knowing I'll probably lose, but I'm paying to learn. So I from my ad process was been 2021, the very, very end. I saw an ad for an e-commerce course, scaling e-commerce businesses. It seemed intriguing, and they had a lot of free info, so I consumed the free stuff first, and then set up a call and ended up signing up with the course to learn. Their framework was how to set up an e-commerce business. So they set up a lot of frameworks, like kind of like tried and true methods, no matter what product is going out. So the frameworks and how to set things up were really helpful. But towards the end, it broke down like, this is how you make an ad. This is how you publish it on these platforms. These are the good or the qualitative things that you should be looking for to include in your ad. So there was a learning process, and through the instruction, they also taught like, okay, this is how you run split tests. So you're not just throwing $500 at a piece of media and hoping it works. We can like inch our way there by running smaller tests over a week, see how those go, and then pick the better the result, and then continue to test and iterate.
Oh,
so you're
okay. I like the split test idea.
Yeah, so you're getting feedback. Even if you're just paying $10 a day, you get the feedback from that day on how, say, like the thing I changed the first 3 seconds. I changed the intro. And
can you explain what you mean by split test? I know what you're talking about. I wonder. I don't know if everybody would know what that means.
Yeah, so split test would be, say my goal would be to sell, like our studio, we make a lot of like Lord of the Rings themed mugs. Our most popular one was our I Am No Man mug. So it was themed from Eowyn fighting the Witch King. We ran a lot of ads for that one in particular. And if I said like, I know that I'm trying to reach Lord of the Rings fans, how can I call out to Lord of the Rings fans in an engaging way that they will stop on my ad? And so we ran different headline tests. So I would create one ad that said, hey, Lord of the Rings fans. And then the second one, I would say something more like something only a Lord of the Rings fan would know. So it's like, I said by Elbereth, which is something that is Elvish.
Brian wouldn't know that because he hasn't seen.
I still have not watched it. I told you, Will, that I needed to watch these, and I still haven't watched it since.
Oh man, so it's been like a year and a half, and
no, has it been that long?
It's been about that long.
I was looking. 181 was our talk. January 14th of 2023. Oh, it was about a year.
Okay, all right, so about a
year.
That was when it was published.
We will watch one of the Lord of the Rings while we're at ClayCon West. Yep, I'm gonna make him. I'm positive that Chris Birch will be down, and
likes it,
yeah, no, he's got a fucking like. Well, he really loves Star Wars, but like, anyway, moving on. If you like Star Wars, you like Lord of the Rings, okay?
Yeah, I don't like Star Wars, but okay.
You haven't seen it.
I've seen a couple.
Shut up.
We've got some work to do, Becca. I can tell.
I know. Hey, I'm like the Star Trek fan here, and I'm just like out in La La Land. Nobody's talking to me, so.
Well, you got your own people, though. You got your own people. You got your Trekkies.
I was late to the game, so I'm not like really into it. Anyway, moving on. Star Trek and MASH. If I could find a Star Trek and MASH like forum together, my brain would explode.
There's probably a subreddit.
Probably. Okay. Anyway,
so when you say headline, are you talking about you're putting text on the video, or is it just the caption?
Both. So there's a couple different ways to utilize it. I like to use text over video. It just gives more information that we can share. The other way to call out through an ad would be through your headline, which is typically under 25 characters. You're pretty limited in what you can say. That's the, like, if you're looking at like a Facebook ad, that's the in the gray bar underneath, doesn't move.
And that's not the CTA. It's not the thing you're clicking on. It's just the caption. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's typically like the first line in the caption, or depending on the platform, it's overlaid on top of the creative.
Okay.
Yeah, so the
split test. So we were going into you said you had two different headlines. So you might have something that's more niche that only they would know, and then you have something that's, hey, Lord of the Ring fans, or.
Right. And so you can take that idea of split testing any of the variables within an ad to see which one does better. And then you can take that component, say like, okay, by Elbereth definitely did better because these people know we're like a fan. We're not just like on the outside saying, hey, let me monetize you guys.
So the actual content of the video is the exact same. The only thing you change is the headline, and
Could
then
be.
you run the same ad for the same amount of time, and then you compare the results.
Yeah, and you can do that test with any two components of any ad. So you can
Is
just
that built into Facebook, or is that you just
Yeah.
have to manually do
Mhm.
each one separately?
Yeah, you can. I mean, what you do is it is manually built in. You can choose to create a split test, and what that does, it will duplicate the ad video and the presets, and then you can go in and change the presets. Like, yes.
What what I just don't want to interrupt you because I know that the sound is kind of sometimes can be slower because I'm positive I don't have great internet here. Anyway, what are you doing? Are you only doing this on Facebook? Or are you doing it on TikTok? Which ones do you have, like, do you approach it differently with TikTok versus Instagram, TikTok versus Facebook, Facebook versus Instagram? Like,
Yeah. So I started advertising on Meta in August. I didn't run any paid ads before August of last year.
that's Facebook, right?
Yeah, Facebook and Instagram.
Okay.
They're both synced through the same
Got it.
manager system.
Ad center thing, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so I started running on Meta and Instagram, or Facebook and Instagram, in August. I tried TikTok paid ads. I didn't have as much success with those. I also didn't try as much because our organic reach with TikTok was just so nuts. I'm like, I'm paying more.
What's your organic reach right now? Like, what's your reach on TikTok?
I've really slacked on my content. Our Black.
Dude, they'll fuck you over after that. Sorry. Oh.
I know. Our Black Friday sale it has kept me so busy. We're still not through all of the orders, so I just haven't posted anything much. Or if
Was
I do,
that a paid ad for Black Friday sale, or was that just you just posted about it?
I did boost that one. So boosting a post is different than running a paid ad, but it's I did make a few posts for our Black Friday sale, and then I boosted one, not a ton. At the time, I figured we'd probably get the orders anyway. I didn't need to put a lot of money behind that. And
that was basically a
behind that.
pre-order for Black Friday, because it sounds like you said you're still going through the orders, so you're still fulfilling all of them.
Yeah, so we made
I feel like
I make everything to order.
I feel like it's so wild. I mean, like, okay, I've just looked at your Instagram, your TikTok. I haven't seen your Facebook, but your numbers on there are very attainable by normal people. Like, you have like 20,000 on TikTok. You have 8,000 to 9,000 on Instagram.
You're talking about follower count is what you're
follower count,
to.
And you're selling out. You're fucking like. I did not ask you if you were okay with me cussing, but okay. You're selling out your Black Friday thing, and you still can't catch up. So you're doing are these people seeing the ads but then not following you? Are they how does that correlate?
This is something that I think I'm still learning, and I will say that back when you were. That question of why did you choose to share your recap? I think in part it was because, the ads thing. Nobody really talks about that either. And I wanted people to know that you don't need massive social media audiences, because I feel like those who do share recaps, their audience size would support. I've been the person in. With just a few thousand followers, and not that I try to allocate value to number, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. I would see the recaps, and I'd be like, oh, well, that's because they've got
175,000 followers.
Followers. Yeah. And so it was easy for me to say okay, that's what I need to try for. I need to get more followers, instead of I need to do something else. And the other thing for me was just continue making content and then pay for some. I will say I don't know. I think what I don't like. I will say, paid ads definitely helped. We definitely got a lot of return on those, but I don't think it would have worked as much if we weren't making as much content as we were. Probably like through August through November. I mean, I'm sure I missed a few, but I was religious about it. Even if it wasn't good, like I was just putting it out there. I was like just doing anything I could. And those across multiple different platforms. So I feel like, and at the time, TikTok reach was really, I mean, the organic reach was just wild. I could just take a video brushing my teeth and it would outperform anything on Instagram or Facebook.
I miss those days.
Me too. They're gone.
They're gone. I have 200,000 followers on TikTok.
Do you?
Yeah,
That's
but
fun.
you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know.
That's the thing too. Is you got them and then sometimes you don't. Like it doesn't mean anything.
Like I had them and then I moved and I stopped doing TikTok and then now if I post a video, maybe 500 like maybe 500 watches, maybe.
I feel like that's because we've really have shifted from like a social algorithm that shows your content to the people who follow you to an algorithm that is completely based on what are you interested in.
Yeah.
What'd you click on outside of Facebook that we can show you more of inside Facebook? And so, like, it's good because you have the option to have your first piece of content ever go like wild. Like, if it's good, then millions of people can see like your first ever video ever created on the internet. And so it's intriguing that the quality of the creative is the metric for social media success now, not how many followers you have. So as long as you can, and this is where I feel like it's encouraging, because as long as you can maybe like study what content creators are doing that are working, and you can recreate that with your own flair, then you have just a good chance of making a video that gets a little big.
Yeah. That's crazy. I love that for you.
Thanks.
So how has the you said you just started in August. You didn't do any of the Facebook or even TikTok too? You didn't start the advertising until August as well?
TikTok was later.
Later, okay.
Yeah.
So I looked at the recap. Do you have the numbers on there? I can read them if you want, but
yeah, you go ahead.
It said for advertising, how much did you spend in 2023? The total number was $6,731.
Yep.
And that split about $5,600 for Instagram and Facebook, and then about $1,000 through TikTok.
Yep.
And that kind of show. I mean, you're talking about like TikTok. You didn't have as good of results, but it sounded like you the organic side of it was kind of taking care of you.
Yeah, it really was. And even the paid side through TikTok was okay. It just wasn't as good as like Instagram was. So
okay.
As much money there. But we still created content for TikTok. It just wasn't like paid.
So how did you like decide, like when you were just getting going with it, how did you decide where to start with, like which ones you wanted to, was it just, is it just boosting posts, or is it creating completely new content just for the ad? Was it putting something live, seeing how it did, and then boosting it once you realized it was engaging to people?
It could be a bit of both. It could be a bit of all those. You can definitely boost posts that are performing well organically anyways. It's kind of a metric of this is doing well, let's give it some gas. So you can boost the post that way, like post publishing.
I did that the first time.
Yeah, and that's a great way, because then you have like some, especially if you don't know that this money that I'm spending on this platform is going to go towards a measurable thing. You can just boost post after the fact. So if a post does like outperforms all of your other ones, then you can probably be certain that there's things within that piece of content that people are finding more valuable. And if you put money behind it, it can reach more people. Now, when you do that long enough, you can kind of start to get strategic in how you target people on the platforms they're on. because we act differently on Facebook than we do on TikTok or LinkedIn or other places. Like our networks are different, our followings are different, and I feel like how we even like text or like comment, like our tone can sometimes change. And so how you speak on the platforms may change too, like the different abilities of things you can create. Like TikTok has the green screen effect where you can like just put a headline or something that you're commenting on behind you and you can talk over that. So that's a platform specific thing. So when I was choosing how to create ads, the course helped a lot. It gave me some like tried and true, these are just some like best practices. And I was able to put those together. Like it taught like the importance of a headline. How I think one of the quotes I heard was like, when you spent $1 on ads, 80 cents should go to your headline, because that's the first thing. People scroll through so fast. Like you just, if it takes you 45 minutes to sharpen an axe to chop down a tree, that you could, like, if you have an hour to chop down a tree, spend 45 minutes sharpening the axe. That's kind of the thing with the headlines. So the course gave me a lot of best practices in how to curate an ad, regardless of what you're selling. And then it was just plug and play. This is my product. This is my process. This is my audience. These are the people I'm trying to reach. And I think honestly, I think the Lord of the Rings series and then the more specific series that have followed after that have been a result of knowing that it's easier to reach those people because of taking that course. Like it's easier for me to sell a product that I know that I can target the person who's interested in that product than it is for me to say, hey, this is a mug with this wonderful, beautiful green glaze that I developed over years of study, and I really like it. Do you like green glazed mugs too? With the Lord of the Rings cup, I can say, I know this person likes Lord of the Rings because there are all these interests related to Lord of the Rings that I can select on Facebook to target these people.
Right.
And I'm just using Lord of the Rings as an example.
And the Facebook side of that, does that mean you have to, it's smart to start with the Facebook because you have that granularity of the interests, or do you still have that flexibility in Instagram?
You do.
You do.
Yeah, both of those are the same. So when you go to create an ad on Facebook, it'll let you choose. Do you want this to be seen on, it's called your placements. Do you want this to be seen, and it's very specific. You can choose, I want this to be seen on the Facebook right column on desktop Facebook, or I want this to be seen on Instagram Reels or Instagram Stories. I want this to be seen on Instagram Explore feeds. Like you get to choose exactly where you want this to pop up. And some of those are better than others, depending on what you want. So that's where the testing comes in handy too. So I would say there's no like best place to start. I would probably say if you're interested in advertising, do some research. Look
What
up.
class did you take?
So the course that I took was called For Good Profits. It was pretty in-depth course that was 6 weeks long. They did numbers of like one-on-one live classes with students, and they had a group community forum. So there was a lot of resources through that. But you can glean. It was pretty pricey, too. I'll say definitely worthwhile. It's paid itself off for me.
How much?
I paid $6,800.
Okay.
For the course.
That, by the way, for everybody listening thinking that's ridiculous, that's average.
Is that average?
That's very much average. Yeah.
Okay.
Every course that my friends have ever taken have been $3,000 to $7,000. Yeah. That's just the way it works.
But it's one of those things that it seems like if you just look at your results from the ads, like if you look at it mathematically that way, you paid for it.
Right. And like
just from last year. But
I paid for a skill. I could have taken 3 years to figure that out. On my own. Or I paid it and I got it in 6 weeks. Now I took my time, so I got it in like a year and a half. But
you're like, I have children, it's fine.
Yeah. They take.
Yeah.
So how much it is like sampling and just being very analytical about, okay, I'm doing this with intention and I'm only putting it here so that I can actually get some data, because it's like, what was I like, how do you go into it knowing what to expect, I guess? Because you're just like, was I happy with it? I mean, I got sales that I didn't get before.
Yeah.
Did I make more money? Because you can attribute the sales to the ad. So like, that's kind of the only metric that I could think of high level that gives you confidence that like it was worth it.
Right. Yeah. I would love to be able to leave somebody who listens to this with a like actionable piece of value. I'd say if you have never advertised before, never paid for advertising, and you want to, or you're interested, probably the best thing you can do would be to look at your past posts and see which ones have done well, and try to figure out why. Like break down the video and the post. Figure out where.
When you say well, you could be just looking at strictly views.
Yeah,
it could be engagement.
Probably. I mean, engagement, like comment saves and shares are the king as far as engagement metrics go. Find which ones have done well, and then break down why. If you've got analytics on your video that you can see like where people drop off, some platforms have that. I would look at that. I would look at especially the first 3 seconds of your video. The first 3 seconds is just like your headline of an ad. It's where you should allocate probably most of your time.
Mm-hmm.
And then your key component to any spot would be the first 3 seconds. That would kind of be like the headline of your video. Then you have the meat of your video. Like this is where the value would lie. This is what people hang around and think like, oh wow, that's cool. Mm-hmm. And then the last bit would just be your call to action. So a lot of people don't follow through on any post just because there's nothing there telling them you have to do something. And so paying attention to those 3 elements would be really helpful in any post that's done really well. And then if you wanted to, you could put a few dollars behind that post to see if it performs any better. I would definitely go to YouTube University if you don't want to pay for anything, and just look up how to run a Facebook ad. I mean, there are walkthroughs every which way.
How much of that is like what do they do that they look at their stuff and most of it is process videos, but they want to sell finished work? They realize, okay, the process of what I'm doing is more interesting than the final result that I'm doing in a reel. So but I want to sell something. So how do I use the process to make it engaging, but the process doesn't really show what that end result is going to look like? So how do I, is that's something you got to figure out of
you storytell. If all you've got is a process, you have to tell your way through that process to why it's valuable at the end. Mm-hmm. I feel like good marketing is just storytelling. It's telling. Most of the time, it's like laying out a problem. So when you talk to any marketer, they're going to probably tell you identify the problem first, or maybe of course who you're talking to, and then your problem, and then how your thing fixes that problem without causing pain and suffering, or a long amount of time. Mm. So how to achieve X without Y would be how to achieve dream without pain. That's ad framework. Mm-hmm. And then just finding creative ways to say call out who you're trying to help, and then what they should do.
Do you have a specific example that did the best for you?
Yeah. So before this, I pulled up my.
Before you say that, I'm just thinking about. Have you seen Kitten Mittens?
No,
have you seen? I was just thinking
how. In Philadelphia.
Yeah, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. After this, you need to watch it. But I'll send you a YouTube video. But that was an ad. It's an ad, and he's like, "Is your cat making too much noise all the time? Yeah. You're so stupid."
That's it.
Anyway,
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, that's the call out. That's the headline. You're identifying a problem. You're saying, "Are you a cat owner?" Yeah. It's fun once you start like I don't. It's strange. I don't skip ads anymore, and I watch them because I don't want to see how they're doing it. Like how are they being fun and creative about this?
Okay,
but
back to you.
You're asking the best performing ad. We ran one. Let's see, where'd you go? Hold on. I had it just here. Where'd it go?
That was my fault. I apologize.
I know, now. Dead air time. I'm so sorry. Here it is. All right, so this one was titled Lord of the Rings Best Sellers. This one ran for. It started on October 16th and it ran through Christmas Eve. We spent about $2,200 on just this one ad set. Let's see what it is.
That's just one. You said set, so it's across different platforms or different.
So, an ad set would be a grouping of ads that all have the same settings. Like who are we sending it to? What's the placements? And what platform? And what's your budget?
Okay.
And then you can, underneath those settings, have a grouping of different ads that would typically be related to each other or related to a target audience. So these ones were for our 4 highest selling Lord of the Rings themed mugs. We had 3 ads in that set. It looks like 2 did well, so we kept those on. 2 did not do well, so we just turned them off.
So did you run you started them at the same time, and then you kind of gauge and turn them off?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So you can check them you can check them daily, and you can see what's performing better. It'll tell you this is how many purchases have been as a result of people clicking through this ad. You can see, okay, if my budget is $50 a day and I got 5 sales, then it could cost me about $10 per customer today to sell this product. Now, what the mental breakdown for me when it came to ads was realizing that okay, it's going to cost me money to send this out into the world, but the money that was coming back, as long as the product is priced right, if you're pricing that cost to acquiesce a customer in the product price, then it's kind of not an issue. That makes sense. So
you can't advertise a bunch of low price things because you're kind of paying for the ad based on clicks, sort of, is how
a little bit. I mean, if your product was priced in a way where I think people advertise for lower priced things, but they're probably not selling $65 mugs.
So how many mugs do you think you sold from those ads?
Well, we had 274 orders come through for that were as a result of somebody clicking through an ad. How many sales came through for people going direct to our site after they saw an ad is a different thing. I don't know. I know if I go to my website analytics, it will tell me that most of my traffic comes from direct, people going direct to the site, but I don't. I think the ads did a lot of work.
How many orders? It was 265?
274.
274, and those are all $65 mugs?
Per item.
But that was just orders,
275
orders.
individual mugs or 275 orders that could have multiple mugs on it?
Orders, yeah. Our average order value last year was about $80 per order.
Wow.
Yeah, that sucks.
With shipping, and one other thing we did that could be like a hack too is I realized I couldn't price my mugs for as much as I wanted to make off an order, so we started selling travel lids to go along with the cups, and it's a great way to increase a sale without having to do any extra work other than just have an accessory product. So
Nice.
after we got the lids, our average order value went up probably about $3 or $4, like over like everybody. I'd say like probably 1 in 3 people get a lid.
So I just did the math, a very quick, rough math,
Yeah.
and math. And so it looks like I'm assuming your budget for advertising was about 10% of the overall like income that you got from the ads.
You just do 275 orders times
80.
So that's about $22,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, about that. And this year, like when I said this year is the first time I've been organized enough to do a recap, that's still like really fuzzy.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
So like the way I budget marketing spend, I didn't think, oh, this is 10% of what I think I'll make. I'll allocate that.
I'm sure you didn't, but that's how it turned out.
Potentially.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the best one. So I suspect there's others that maybe you break even on or lose a little bit of money, but it's not.
Especially in the beginning, we were losing a lot of money. Like if we had an ad that had a return of 1 to 1, I was like, okay, we didn't lose anything. Made a customer. And honestly, like the making a sale to get a customer, like that was another shift in mindset versus getting a customer to make a sale was how I view things before. Now I've like paying $12 to acquire a customer that's going to purchase 3 times over the course of their relationship with me is pretty valuable. So being willing just to spend a little bit on the front end and then making sure we've got the systems on the place in the back end to make sure they're happy with their order process, they like the product, they're well communicated with, like all of those things kind of stack up to make the ad spend worth it.
So is the integration between Facebook attributing those sales to that ad, is it just number of clicks on it, or is there like you have to have a Facebook pixel that's linked with your account that's also placed on your site so that they're associated with one another?
Yeah, the pixel helps for sure, because then it will track the activity that a customer has on your website. So if they leave Facebook and go to your website, Facebook can say, okay, they went to your homepage and then they clicked through your product catalog and they clicked on this cup and that's what they bought. And the pixel will have all that info and it'll compile it into wonderful analytics.
And I'm guessing they can attribute that sale back to the ad if it's within X number of days of when they clicked on it or something like that, maybe.
Right. Mm-hmm. And with the pixel integration, you have more power because you can say these people went to my website and they did not buy. Maybe they went to my site 2 times and they did not buy. They're probably pretty interested. You can even use that pixel information to retarget those customers and send them specific ads and say like, hey, we noticed you didn't buy the first 2 times you went to our site, like here's 10% off. And so you can get strategic. Yeah.
When I raise my hand, that means you finish your sentence, and then you call on me.
Yes, Becca, your hand is raised.
What's Pixel? What's this?
Oh, so Pixel is a digital piece of code that Facebook or really any TikTok has them too. Any platform will have that will you install it on your website's code. Like Shopify just has it's a button. You just click I want to install the Pixel and you say yes.
You probably just click on it and it says connect to Facebook. You log into your Facebook or you associate and you allow some permission that says Facebook is going to drop this unique identifier on your site and it's integrated immediately.
Yep.
Are you, nope, trying to think of the words. What's your website? Is your website Shopify?
Yes.
Okay, have you ever done any other, what?
Yes. We were on Squarespace and switched to Shopify for all the added benefits. Squarespace was fine. It worked. It did not integrate very well with a lot of the advertising platforms or any other like apps or tools or plugins that would like be really beneficial to help capitalize on a lot of the things that ads can do. So ads bring in all of these people to our website, our Squarespace, and I've used WordPress as well. WordPress is great if you know what you're doing. Squarespace functioned, but it just didn't have as much features or abilities like Shopify has.
And I would suspect the Shopify integration, is that what enables Facebook, or not, I mean, I guess it's Meta, but having Instagram where you have like View Shop and Shop, like that's a Shopify integration? That people can have like storefronts on Instagram? I guess
No,
first off, like, do you have that? Is that Shopify that enables that?
You can do that without Shopify. I think you can actually do that without a website, is to upload products.
You can do it through Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
you can do it through Instagram, kind of like you can do it through TikTok. And I want to talk to you about selling on TikTok too, because
I thought maybe that was a Shopify integration that people that had like View Shop and it's got like linked products and stuff.
I mean, it can like, but Shopify is like the only one that does it, I think.
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
What was your
and
question?
I would suspect that, like, do you use that for the Instagram ads? Like, are they buying through Instagram directly and they don't actually have to go to the site to do it, or?
No, I actually turned that off. I wanted everything to go through the site. I didn't want to manage orders from multiple outlets.
You'd actually have to fulfill them from Instagram somehow or through Meta.
Yeah, we did that before. Pain in the ass.
Oh.
Because you did that with TikTok, right?
Yes, we did. That was a pain in the ass.
Yeah. Can we talk about that? Because I'm really curious about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So we opened up TikTok Shop in May, and it was good. It was a big learning curve because it was like its own separate like back-end platform, and running all of those orders through our pre-built systems for Shopify and Squarespace, it was just complicated. TikTok didn't give you customer information before you printed the label, so there was no way for us to write. Yeah, great.
Yeah, nice.
It was, that made things tricky for how we operated, and they also required sellers to ship the product within 3 days of the order being placed.
Heard of that.
That was also a hurdle. So what we ended up having to do is, because we relied on decals so much for our imagery, we just created one mug and used different glazes, and then we could create backstock of mugs in different glazes. And when orders came in, we would decal fire, because the decal firing's it's just 1400 degrees. We could get them out we could do at least one decal kiln a week, and so we could maintain our 3-day shipping window most of the time.
Remember that feeling of starting the new school year? New pencils, fresh notebooks, your favorite backpack? That's what opening a Sula Studio bag feels like. It's clean, it's organized, it's yours. Designed by potters for potters, it's got 30 pockets, including spots for every tool. Ribs, carving tools, sponges, all in the right place. The bag is made from machine-washable, quick-drying canvas, so you don't have to baby it. And the color options? Over 25, with special seasonal drops that always sell out. One reviewer said it best: "The bag gave me the nostalgic feeling of starting a new school year." We felt that. Head to Sula.co and use code WheelTalk for a listener-only discount. And start fresh.
That was a hassle, though. So
that sounds awful.
It was pretty bad. We did it because it was bringing so many people in. But what we did that made that better was Shopify, thank God, had a plugin called SKU IQ. And SKU IQ will sync your TikTok shop to Shopify orders. So now everything is funneled through Shopify. And we don't have the 3-day window anymore, and we get the customer data right away.
Is Becca gonna have to switch to Shopify this year? Fuck.
What do you want now?
Because you're less than TikTok, or you want to get back into it, or what?
I'm on Squeebly, and the goal is that's Square Weebly. That's it's not a real term. We came up with it. Everybody that's listening knows what Squeebly is.
Yeah.
But nobody else does.
Okay.
Weebly Light.
Yeah, Weebly Light. That's what it is. It's like it like goes through Square, which I love because I like having everything funneled through Square because it's very easy.
Seamless. I know.
It's super seamless and
just saying, Shopify has a POS card.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I know. I've got so many friends that have Shopify things, and I've never done it just because it took me so fucking long to get the squeebly thing done, and then it was like way more expensive, because every time I try to do something on my website, I fail. Like, I don't fail, but I just it just goes away, and I don't actually ever use the website.
Yeah.
So it's easier just to pay the cheapest price. But yeah, so I've like gone back and forth with Shopify, and this year the goal was to get on TikTok Shop. I already signed up for it. I just haven't done it. And actually, I signed up for it because of you. And
She's
so
following you a lot, Will.
I guess. I mean,
I'll say it's not what it was. It's not what it was.
well, and I think with my reach,
it's just
and
complicated, or the actual like people buying and actually getting the results from it.
I'll say I think it's more like just customer sentiment, or like TikTok audience sentiment is more like, I'm really sick and tired of TikTok pushing all of these shop videos to my feed. And so I don't think it's not working. I think it's just a lot of people are just kind of tired of it.
Yeah.
It's
and I don't have any hope for TikTok anyway, because like I have 200,000 followers and like 5 views on a video. So I mean, like it's something upside down there. So I just like, whenever I even try, I'm like, fuck this shit.
Is it just like what have you done for me lately on there? So you have to just build that back up, and it's like,
I tried, man. I tried to like post like once a week for a couple weeks, and it just didn't fucking work. And I guess I'm just not as cute as I used to be. You know? I'm kidding. I just don't have I think I just don't have the same type of content that I used to have, so it's not as interesting. You know? And like, I'm not as interested anymore. Like, fuck it. I'm like done. Mentally, physically done. And so I think that it's like cats, you know? Like, cats know if you like hate them or not. That's how TikTok is towards me.
You can just sense it. They
can sense it.
But at the end of the day, like like we were talking about earlier, like, happiness is top priority. Like, if none of this is the effort of making you happy at the end of the day, you can down.
Like, what if you utilize that Facebook back at, like, get that resurgence that Facebook and do the ads on Facebook? Like, is that a possibility?
Maybe. It's I used to have all of my business just because of community. It used to be community. Yeah. And that kind of like went away when I left the community. And so it's been just like a building up of that. This year's goal is wholesale, but so that's this year's goal. But I'll always hate it. Like, they'll always know. You know, it's like happiness, whatever. Like, if I was truly happy, I'd have somebody rich in my life just paying all my bills, and then just not even talking to them, and then just running around the country, you know.
Sounds like you're ready.
Yeah, that would be truly happiness. But, you know, money doesn't grow on trees, unfortunately, and I have to work for a living, so.
Yeah. So, well, I'm curious about and I don't know if to bookend that ad spend, the other part of your ad sales, of like paid ad sales that you got from it. From your recap, it said 271 sales attributed, but like you said, like, you can't track whether they saw it and then they maybe came back to it way later and they got influenced by it. But 234 from Instagram and Facebook, 37 from TikTok, and that net is close to 30 or 20 grand. I counted that up wrong for you earlier, Becca. It's 20. It looked like it was close to 20 grand total.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Give or take. Yeah.
So about 20 grand of sales for spending about $6,700 or $7,000 in sales.
Yeah.
In paid ads. So.
Dude,
nice.
Is getting more money than I am. Can I come work for you?
Would you say it's getting more money than you are?
It says assistant payroll, $28,639.
How many people do you have working for you?
That's spread out.
I'll do the work for all of them.
We've
You're
had
production thread.
We've had some changeover this year. Jackson went to grad school. We had another, Karis was a production assistant. She moved to Asheville. So right now we have 2 employees. Sam McKelvey is, she works with me, not full time, she's getting close there. She's probably like 25, 30 hours a week. And then we have another, Beth she's been a production potter before. She works with us now, and she's just Monday and Friday for like 9 to 1.
Does she throw for you?
No. Beth.
Are you the only thrower?
Sam will throw every now and then. Sam helped me a lot with plates. We had a restaurant order last year. She threw about 200 plates. But since that plate order ended, we've really stopped making anything other than mugs. And I've been the mug person. So Beth manages the studio. She'll keep our glazes stocked or clay prepped. Things clean and reclaim going. And Sam she's really at customer service and order fulfillment. So after the mugs are made, she will sand, clean, glaze, fire, decal, ship. Yeah. And that leaves, yeah. And other things. So one thing we're really excited for 2024, and with Sam's experience, she used to be an art teacher. So she has a lot of contacts in the education and kind of like fundraising art realm. We're going to open a Greenville chapter of Empty Bowls Project. I don't know if you're familiar.
Yeah, we do Empty Bowls here in Cincinnati.
That's cool. Yeah, so she's heading up our. She's going to set up a 501c3 for us, and she's kind of running the Empty Bowls show. I'll make the bowls and help facilitate that too.
You're making all the bowls?
No, we're going to do.
You're going to facilitate like throwing events or something.
Yeah, throwing events. We'll definitely make some. Yeah.
Idea for the empty bowls, because I've seen this in other places, and I just thought I'd put it out there. Leavenworth used to do an empty bowls, and it was so freaking cool because they got the entire community involved, not just the potters. So they'd make the bowls and they'd hand them to artists, and then those artists would paint on the bowls, and then they would auction off the artists' bowls. They would have the regular bowls and everything, but they'd do an online auction for those bowls, and they were phenomenal. Like, we're talking like painters that should be in museums, phenomenal.
So they're just painting with underglaze, and then you are
they just give them the underglaze. Yep, they just give them the underglaze, and then they clear glaze on top of them. And oh my God, they were so amazing. It was, that was the coolest way to do empty bowls, in my opinion.
That's really good. I'm gonna steal that.
I told you so you would steal it. So.
Well, thank you for letting me steal it.
You're welcome.
Yeah, this past year, I think this is going to be our 25th year doing it.
Oh, cool.
For the clay lines, and this past year we did a little something different, which is we had people submit bowls, and then we kind of like put them head to head in like a bracket March Madness sort of thing.
Oh, that's fun.
How'd that work?
To get to like a winning bowl. We were planning on like taking the winning bowl and like putting it up for an auction, like to get more funds for it, versus just you could purchase it for the same price as every other bowl.
Yeah,
would be a interesting way to like get people traction, to get ticket sales, and also, have them possibly be able to get that bowl or the other bowls that lost, that they were like, oh, I was really excited about that one. But
now for that method, was there a fear that winning bowl or the winning like top 5 would kind of like eclipse the sale of the ones that didn't, or is that like not a concern?
No, the main reason we did that was to try to get people to submit intriguing bowls that were different than just a production bowl that was just an everyday thrown bowl that has a simple glaze on it. Yeah. It was kind of a way to try to get more people involved to submit. It was a little tough because I think we only ended up with like 8 or 9 submissions, but. It's kind of a building block so that we can do it better next year. And, you kind of need people involved that have that skill set to run the bracket and do the Instagram and like count up the votes and put them on Facebook and put them on, so Absolutely. It's kind of a lot to keep up with, but there's a lot of options. I mean, the more time you do it, and then you figure out like, how many bowls do you actually need. I think we're to a point where like every year they have overflow, but they try to get like 400 new bowls every year.
Okay.
Or 600
Wow.
or something like that. It's like a lot
I don't
of
think. I
bowls.
mean, unless you have a really good outreach, I don't think you'll need 400.
It seems ridiculous, but I don't know.
Maybe.
Like this past year, we raised $14,000 for
Wow.
empty
That's
bowls
fun.
for that
That's
event.
pretty good. Yeah. Well, that's really so 14,000. We talked to somebody who does the empty bowls in Spartanburg, and they pretty much said like that exact number was what they've been able to generate. So it's interesting. It seems to track.
Yeah. I mean, it has a lot to do with the ticket sales. Like we didn't
Yeah.
sell out the previous year, but we did this year. We have 2 seatings of 150, so 300 tickets, and we sold out at 30. I want to say they're $30 a ticket or $35 a ticket. I can't remember.
Who makes the food?
It gets provided by, there's 2 chefs that do it. So it's all voluntary donations of the food that gets made.
I bet you there's some good fucking food in South Carolina.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, you could probably get some like people that are willing to like do community service.
Yeah.
Like give to the community and like, can you imagine having gumbo instead of soup?
Yeah, I think usually what they do is
better.
I think they usually have a veggie chili, like a lentil chili, and then they
Gross.
have some kind of a basic like chicken noodle thing, and then they might have like another chili or something, because it's usually in November, so it's the winter time or start of winter, and
Soup season.
yeah,
I would have spaghetti.
Spaghetti.
just a bowl. They're just scooping out spaghetti and meat sauce.
Sounds delicious.
You know, this is completely not related. Well, it is related, but it's not related. We used to have it was an untalented talent show at my church when I was growing up called the Night of Joy. And and then we'd have a chili cook-off. It would be a competition. And people would go and instead of like getting bowls and then just like getting one thing of chili and then coming back for another thing of chili, people would use muffin tins, and that's what they would get all their chili in, so they could get like 12 different types of chili.
They just walked around with a muffin tin to like get the samples.
Yes, just walk around with a muffin tin and just eat your chili out of muffin tin. I just wanted to,
Nice.
That's
Anyway.
pretty clever.
It is,
Even though you're going to be sampling at least a dozen different types of
obviously.
chilies.
A chili competition would be a really fun empty bowls thing too.
That would be.
Yeah. There was an idea at one point that we never did it because it was like 2 events is a lot, but if there were some in the summer, you could do like an ice cream social, so you get like an ice cream bowl or like something like that, so it's a little bit more seasonal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
But-
pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah, they do that at in Indiana. That's what the pottery places do, is the ice cream one during the art walks, you know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Lots of options. Okay.
Yeah.
I had to dig into it.
That's fun.
Yeah, there's a lot of places
So-
you can go with that, so.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Do you feel proud of yourself? Because I feel like you should. Because after doing the math, you made like 70 grand profit.
Yeah. I do, it's a strange thing. Like,
Becca was like, I was expecting this big reaction.
No, I wasn't actually, but
Oh, okay. Okay.
proud, I don't know.
well, I'm telling you, you should be proud of yourself.
Thank you.
I
I mean, I
concur.
am
agree.
proud. I'm glad to know that, like, I think past me is proud. Future me is not proud. Future me says I got more in me. Past me says we did it.
Oh, future me should know that you're in a constant state of growth.
Oh yeah, he does. Yeah, he knows. He's
Yeah,
like,
fuck future you. Like, past you.
he'd probably say that too.
I mean, even
like-
if you just knew the advertising like nugget
Yeah.
this huge gold nugget that you figured out, and like all of this iteration you went through to find those successes, just with that, seems like it's going to benefit you for years.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, like I think marketing and ad spend, like that's a skill set that I feel like would benefit anybody who wants to sell something. Like,
Yeah.
as running a business, there's really 4 main ways you can let people know about the thing that you have, and that's organic content on social media, it's paid content on social media, telling, like, affiliates, and like people, your customers, who are going to refer people to you. Or just like one-on-one, like cold call, like talking to people. But it's just a method. Like, it's just one of the ways that you can tell people about your stuff. If you're somebody who has a huge organic audience already, and you may not need to spend money behind it. But like for somebody like me who I didn't have those kind of follower numbers that other folks had. So one of the methods that I chose was to learn the skill of how to make the money I put behind the content make more money. Because I, like, in the beginning, like, I paid for ads that lost so much. Like, I just didn't know what I was doing. I was putting money behind stuff. I was like, well, it should work, right? And I'm paying for it. But there are best practices, and I think doing some kind of education to figure out what those are would benefit anybody selling anything.
Did you have a natural struggle? I feel like you're in the, like, you're deep in the Lord of the Rings space now, and that, like, folklore kind of space. Was there a struggle in deciding, like, okay, I'm going to be known as, like, this, and I'm going into the space, and, like, that's, you know,
no,
I'm focusing on this niche versus, you know, being more broadly. I mean, you still make some things that aren't Lord of the Rings, but
yeah. No, because I liked Lord of the Rings so much. I think I chose it because it was like, I was thinking about, like, okay, if I'm going to do one thing, if I'm going to open a collection of just like one stuff, like what can I talk about ad nauseum for hours on end without losing interest? Okay, well, I'll do Lord of the Rings. And I think
when did you start liking Lord of the Rings?
When
they first came out?
My mom, I saw the Fellowship with my mom in the theaters when it came out, and after it ended, I sat down, like, I was just pumped, and I said, Mom, I made it known, like, I wanted to know more, and she let me know there was a book, and she actually, like, she owned the book somewhere back, and she said, I'll give you $20 if you read this entire thing by the end of summer. Man, the easiest $20 I ever made. Like, I was 9 or 10. It was like one of the first ones. So, like, it's just, like, sunk in at the right time. I mean, it's a good story.
Yeah.
Nice. I'm actually looking up when this book came out because I was going to be super ignorant and not know.
Well, The Hobbit was first,
1954
right?
When the Fellowship of the Ring came out.
Yeah, the book was. It's been around. It's been around.
Was The Hobbit before the Fellowship?
I think it's 1939. Yeah. After, yeah.
1937.
The Hobbit's a fun book to listen to.
Yeah, it is. There's actually, if you're really interested in probably the best, I've gone through all of the recordings and versions. The best audio recording that I found is actually free on, it's on Spotify.
Spotify.
Yeah. It's a dramatized recording that is unabridged. So this one guy does all the voices, all the, like, background music, like chatter, like sound effects. Like, it's cool.
Ryan, you should listen to it instead of watching it, because then you could listen to it while you're working.
I was thinking, what does unabridged actually mean?
Nothing taken out. Like, a lot of dramatized stuff, they'll take out stuff because.
But if it's an audio book, why would it be abridged?
There's
a lot of questions that you don't need to be asking right now.
But, like, wouldn't they just read the actual book, right? They wouldn't.
Well, I think the thought process with just abridging dramatized versions of audio recordings is that they're paying the voice actors, so they don't want them to pay to read a 1,400-page book.
Okay. They just kind of give the gist, and
That's my head knowledge. It could be different reasons. I don't know. I'm not an audiobook.
Or it probably comes across a certain way when you actually have a voice to it versus reading it on a page and putting that voice in your head or something like.
Yeah, definitely answer my version.
I definitely cut you off from what you were gonna say, and I assume that you forgot what you were gonna say, and I apologize.
You were asking him when he first liked it.
I know, but that's when I cut him off, and I'm so sorry.
He said he went to the theater with his mom and saw the first one.
I know, but like that's the answer to when I cut him off. Like he was saying something business-wise beforehand, and I just got really excited, and
That's okay. I mean, you get my ADD mind going on Lord of the Rings, and there's very little coming back. So
I do have another question though. That's
Yeah,
kind of if Lord of the Rings didn't exist at all, what would be second fave?
second fave. I mean, I don't know. Like I feel like after Lord of the Rings, it's just like a conglomerate tie with a bunch of stuff.
Like Harry Potter. I noticed
yeah,
that was
like
one of your things.
Yeah, we've got a couple. I'm just with my collections that I'm releasing. It's really just digging up all of my childhood interests by bit until eventually sometime we'll reach present day. So yeah, Harry Potter, Star Wars. I love like classic lit stuff. Count on Monte Cristo.
Oh, nice.
It's like if I have a yearly reread, that's one of them.
Do you like Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
It's not like top 10, but it's a fun read.
It's a fun. You're more of a reader than a watcher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. For sure.
Have you ever read this is way the fuck out there, but have you ever read Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas?
I haven't read it. I did watch that one though.
You should read it. It's great.
That sounds like
It's so good.
I'm trying to picture what the front of that looks like. Is it the one that looks like it's got the like melting face on it?
Yeah. Like smoking a cigarette and like a convertible.
It's like all about drinking and doing drugs in Las Vegas in like the 50s or something. Or 60s, somewhere in there. Yeah.
Thompson.
It's so good. Anyway, that's not in your genre at all, but it's fucking hilarious.
The movie's good.
Yeah.
I'll read the book. Add it to my
I had to watch the movie in order to work at Sherwin-Williams.
Really?
Yeah, my boss made me.
Oh, okay. I was thinking like that's a strange.
Not the
Like,
company.
before you start,
company.
we need to have a conversation.
But my boss was like, you need to watch this movie before we even get along. Let's go.
Sounds like we need to have that conversation with Ryan about a few different movies.
Man.
No shit. I mean, he thinks Halloween is good. Like, he thinks the movie Halloween is good. It's fucking awful.
It's one of those nostalgia movies. I don't know that I would say it's good.
His favorite movie of all time is My Cousin Vinny. And
that's not my favorite movie. Field of Dreams is my favorite movie.
Well, okay. Field of Dreams. But, like...
I like My Cousin Vinny. I like Back to the Future, Raiders of the Lost Ark. I like that. I like that.
I couldn't even, like... I didn't even watch Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy with him. I had to watch it with Rachel because I knew that he'd be like, what are we watching? Why are we watching this? This is dumb. And guess what? He comes in like halfway through. He's like, what are they doing? This is dumb. Mar, mar, mar.
You knew it.
So, yeah.
I don't know. I would say the thing that's most close to that I enjoy, that I have seen, that I liked was Chronicles of Narnia. I like the first one.
Yeah.
I don't know that I watched the other ones, but I've seen that one and I was like, okay, this is probably like kind of adjacent to those.
Yeah, absolutely. Like the fantasy realm. It's for sure in the fantasy realm.
Fantasy realm is actually not my favorite. To be completely honest, I hated Lord of the Rings when it came out. Like the first time I watched it, not my cup of tea. But one of my best friends was like addicted to it. So I've seen it a bajillion times. So it just kind of grew on me. And I also hate Elijah Wood's face. He is like the most awkward human being on the face of the planet and not a fan. So
I can respect those opinions.
Yeah. But I do like it overall.
That's good. And I'm not one of those people who joking aside, like if you never watch Lord of the Rings, it's not gonna change my life a jot.
Right.
You're not like, your quest is not to make me watch it, and
Right.
because I'm probably not gonna love it as much as you do. So
Right.
I'm just gonna disappoint you.
Yeah, like people have their preferences and their likes,
Yeah.
and I'm not gonna shove mine down your throat.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you want some, if you like Lord of the Rings and you want a mug, I got some.
Yeah.
I got him.
Yeah.
So with I suspect a lot of your stuff has been done made to order
Mhm.
versus the shop drop method. Have you done some of both? Have you done some pre-order? Like, I know you've done some pre-orders, but like, what are the kind of differences in like what you prefer of those different options?
Yes, we've tried the chop drop method. That was fine. I didn't mind that. I just didn't have a way to sell the things that didn't sell. So like aside from local markets, and I started just accumulation of stuff, and like we do like regular purchase things, whatever. But the
In the shop drop, you would sell like 80%, and you would have the leftovers, and
yeah,
you're like, do I discount these? Because I mean, you're in a small space, so I don't know where you store everything, but
yeah, it's in trash can. Not really. That's old Will's solution. New Will has other means. We're building more storage. Like we've had like just physically build storage space for pots. But between the methods of pre-order, made to order, and shop drop, I prefer made to order. It gives me a little bit more control and helps me feel like I'm not like carrying around a bag of stuff. And I think that helped me. Pre-order, I'll use if I don't know if something's going to do well. Made to order keeps me from sitting on a bunch of stuff.
Mhm.
I don't like shop drop because I don't feel like I have as much control over it.
And are you selective of what you would like, what you would choose to do with each of those? You kind of mentioned that pre-order you do if you're not really sure, but if it's a tried and true thing, with a shop drop, or okay, I'm doing more niche things, Lord of the Rings stuff, shop drop, or is it more everyday things?
So now we're thinking about it. I don't know that I've actually made this conscious decision, but I use all three. I'll do shop drops for one-off things that I enjoy. Like we did a run of teapots last fall, and we dropped those on our website, and that went just fine. It's not something we make all the time. I didn't do a pre-order for it because I wanted to make them anyways. So we just dropped those when they were done, and that went fine. Pre-orders we'll do for new collections coming up. So the gold metallics are really expensive, or the decals are really expensive. So I have bought them before, and they have not done well. Like the design I've made, it just kind of flopped. Sold a few, okay, but it didn't.
Because you have to buy the decals, you have to anticipate how many you're gonna need.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So the pre-orders helped. Anything new, know if it's going to do well, and if it's not going to do well, then we've pre-ordered some, and I'll eat that. I'll buy those decals. And then after we do our pre-order and we have a test of like these are our popular things. These are the top 4, say, of that collection in that pre-order that did well. Then we'll keep those, and then we'll just transition those into a made-to-order after the pre-orders are done. And I haven't changed from that yet, unless I just take something off the site because we run out of a decal or something.
For somebody that doesn't know the difference between a pre-order and a made-to-order, do you still have stock? It's just the timeline of delivery is different?
Yeah, so our made-to-order mugs will typically arrive in under 2 weeks. It'll ship within a week if we're queued up, ready to go. Sometimes that happens a little faster. We do keep mugs on hand. I'll just throw blank mugs, and then we have our 6 glazes that we use, and then decals or different decals will go on top of those 6 glazes. So with just having really one product or mug, we can have quite a big product line, and then with different collections of different illustrative styles or illustrative subjects, we can target different people who have different interests. So we have our Ted Lasso collection is probably the farthest removed from anything else that we have on our site. And we sell a good bit of Ted Lasso stuff.
Ted Lasso's funny, I hear.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. Becca,
Is that the only thing you use that blue glaze on?
No. So the blue glaze we use for several of our Lord of the Rings designs. We also use it for our Harry Potter Ravenclaw mug. So I try to pick colors that will suit different collections well.
Do most of them have the gold decals, or
not all? We're actually we're gonna start offering just more like standard color decals more this year. Most
Are
of
you
the
getting
ones
a printer?
Yeah, we're getting a printer. Should be here tomorrow.
Oh shit. Okay. There's a few people I know that have the printers, and you should reach out to them because there's a huge learning curve, but also there's things that they're like, I wish I would have known that. There's like 2 different types of printer like colors, and I'm sure you did the research because it sounds like you're a researcher, but yeah.
Well,
so
we've been through it a bit. We've been using decals for probably the past 5 years, even though we haven't been printing them. And then through Clay King, where I've worked I worked there for a while. We had a decal printer at Clay King for a while.
Oh, good. So you kind of know.
Would run decals there.
Yeah.
We stopped printing them just because the toner we couldn't get anymore. After COVID, the company, so ceramic decal printers are just normal printers that companies will go in and modify. And so sometimes getting the toner can be tricky if the modified company is also like doing something like specific with that mod. Like we just couldn't find the toner anymore. So that printer's just sitting at Clay King doing nothing.
I completely forgot you worked at Clay King until just now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good place. Love it.
Do you work part-time there, or do you work?
Yeah, so I started full-time in 2016 at Clay King, just as a customer service sales rep. And then as the whole time there, like my entire like intent and focus, like my reason for being at Clay King was just to be in the ceramics field in some way capacity. And so being there allowed me to grow Donovan Pottery to the point where it is now. And so like as Donovan Pottery has grown, like I've just kind of whittled back either my responsibilities or time at Clay King. So now I still manage all their social media and marketing aside from the newsletter. And I will go into the office 1 day a week to do that. And then I manage remote throughout the rest of the week.
How many hours is that in total?
I'm 8 to 9 in the office. I don't schedule out the rest of the day, but probably an hour or 2 each day, answering comments, DMs, messages, putting up posts.
Nice.
The social media can bloat significantly if you, if you don't have the boundaries on it.
Yeah, it really can. But it's good work,
awesome.
and it keeps me plugged into Clay World. I enjoy it.
And it gets you a ticket to NCECA.
Yeah, we'll be at NCECA.
Yeah, luckily it's a little closer this time for you. I mean,
You guys coming here?
Yeah, we're coming.
Cool.
We have to.
Yeah, I appreciate you helping us out for the pot swap thing too, because we for the first time we had like this design contest, and I reached out to Will, and we were thinking about like a gift card for the winner of the design contest. We got like 40 submissions of pot swap 2023 designs, and I was like, hey, like would Clay King be interested in like a gift certificate for the winner, and we can like mention you all. So we sent out the care package to the winner. So Haley's looking at that, and then she's gonna share it out, and we'll.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
It was a good little collab. So
I was glad to be able to do that. I like being able to do quick little things like that. Like I can't make all the big decisions for like fun marketing stuff that we get to do, but like things like that are fun and quick and easy yeses, and it just helps. It's something fun. It's a little thing that we can do to help grow the Clay Kingdom a little bit.
Yeah. for sure. Yeah, I definitely do think that Clay King has the best Instagram presence. So good job on that.
Thank
So
you. Thank
I
you.
mean, it's the funniest for sure.
Thanks.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, and just like the embracing of, I want to say like influencers, but it's like embracing that, hey, there's people out there that can help build the business and like your marketplace that's not just one product. So, if you have Amico stuff and Speedball stuff, like they're gonna kind of compete with each other, but when you sell both of them, it's like, hey, we sell both of them and we can deliver it quickly. Like
it does make, like, that aspect of marketing can get hairy sometimes, because we'll have a taco Speedball one day and then Scott wants a push on a wheel, and I'm like, how do I make everybody happy?
Just throw the Speedball glaze onto the Scut wheel and just spin it off and be like, that's how fast it is.
Here's how much of a mess you can make this quickly.
No, but it really is good. Like I can't think of an instance where anybody in the ceramics like industry is like trying to put somebody else down or like box somebody out. And for the most part, I feel like this community, even like through things like being transparent about our year-end recaps, like I only do that because I saw other artists do it. To be honest, like I was inspired through that action of transparency. I feel like our community is pretty open, pretty collaborative, pretty friendly.
Agreed.
Definitely agree. Yeah.
We try to embrace that as much as we can, especially the two of us, because of what we do here. And it just seems...
Yeah, why not give it back? Like the amount of information and knowledge that has helped my business just from talking to people like you through the podcast and just like talking with Becca, just thinking through these ideas and spitballing on a regular basis every week for 2 hours. Like that education that I'm getting is like skyrocketing what I'm able to do and like see what people, you kind of see like, hey, I don't have to go through and figure all that stuff out. Like that person does it. They can tell me experience of what they did, what worked, what didn't work, what might be a quicker way to figure this out. And you just build so many connections. So it's like,
with that being said, you can't be an asshole when you ask about things.
True.
There are boundaries. And we are allowed to say no.
Good thing to remember.
Yeah. There's so many times that we get messages that's just like, tell me this. And I'm like, ugh.
You mean as an individual? I feel like we don't get questions. Maybe not on the Wheel Talk.
No, not on the podcast. We get pretty good questions. Well, I think that's because they've heard us talk about this particular situation so many times. But yeah, it's I am impressed at like Ryan's growth over the past, how many years are we on? 5, almost 5, 4.5. I just think about like what if we hadn't had the podcast? I wouldn't be living in a van. He wouldn't be. I'd probably be dead. I'd probably like have. I'd be like homeless in Washington right now. And Ryan.
Saving powers of both Ryan and.
It would not be as fun going to like NCCA in these events where you get to see people, because I would still be in like a small bubble of people that I know, and I'm still kind of like, like I know you, like we're acquaintances. Can we like chat or whatever? It'd be a little bit nervous, but now I'm like, I'm excited to go see these people and chat, and like I feel empowered to DM people, and we've got relationships, and no matter how many followers I have, like I feel like I can reach out to them, and they're still gonna like give me attention, and I can, have good conversation with them.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like I feel like people who start podcasts, like that's the intent, is to personally learn, to share what's valuable to their community, and to build connections and friends. So I think fantastic.
Yeah, it's wild that people are still listening and they're not sick of us.
Yep.
I mean,
what are you gonna do?
Keep them away.
And there's plenty of options out there. So like, they don't like us. There's probably 6 or 7 other pottery related podcasts or adjacent to what we do podcasts that they can.
I'll say compared to other industries, like ceramics is like, there's not a ton, like pottery podcast, like even 6 or 7, that sounds like a ton for a space. That's not at all. Like there's still a ton of room not to like promote other people.
No, there is a lot of room.
I wonder if it's because it's so hard to like make a living in this space that taking the time to actually
Yeah.
make it worthwhile and like see the value in it.
Yeah.
Like if Beck and I
Well,
were both doing this full time, I don't know that we would like spend the time to do it.
Sure.
Or it
yeah,
had
I
been
mean,
like when we started. I don't know.
yeah, I mean, like it's hard too, and like we've very specifically chosen to not make it as much of a job for both of us because like it can turn into an absolute like job, you
I can
know?
imagine.
Like we have a friend that started a podcast a while ago, like long time ago, and it ended, but they put a lot of effort into it, you know,
Yeah.
and it was great, but like it kind of like fizzled off because of that.
Sure.
And some of that's just life changes and circumstances.
Yeah.
It's like it's good for that period of time of your life, but when I didn't have the access to the studio and stuff, like I played a ton of video games after college, and I was just like, that's how I like to spend my time. But now that I have access to studio and like that consumes my time, so
Sure.
you just kind of shift things based on your life circumstances and what needs your focus. So like people have kids or whatever, it's like you're gonna have to shift something,
Just one or two things.
I mean, you're like,
Hardly affects your life at all.
yeah, to be able to do. Me and Ryan both don't have kids and don't plan on it, but like to be able to do this job full time, and I don't know if your wife has a job or anything like that, but like to be able to support yourself and your whole family, with or without a second income coming in is unbelievable.
And
I
having
think.
assistants that you have to pay and
Yeah,
rely
like
on and everything.
that is what most people hope that they can do. And then when they try, they're like, "Oh no."
I mean, it's a ton of work.
Yeah.
But I mean, honestly, like I am lucky. My wife, she does work. But without her, like I wouldn't be able to do this.
Right.
She teaches. But like her involvement with the lives of our kids, with honestly keeping my boundaries out of the studio as much. Because if given to me, I would just hyper focus on being here. I would just be like a little studio golem.
Yeah.
And so like she's fantastically helpful to me. And I know when I was speaking back to past me, trying to look ahead and see through the veil of what's possible. Like that's the other thing that other people like have is help or assistance in some way, whether it's a secondary income or another pair of hands. So there's all kinds of ways to make this life work, no matter what life you have.
Mm-hmm.
There's ways to do it. It's definitely it's a ton of work, but I think anything is
Yeah.
the time you spend to pursue a career in any other avenue would be equal work, maybe.
Might be at the beginning,
Yeah.
know. It might be more focused at the beginning instead of like throughout or whatever. But yeah, you're right. It takes a lot of work if you're going to do anything good. If
Yeah.
you're going to do anything of quality, it's going to take work.
Yeah. And if you're willing to do it, then it's worthwhile.
If you're willing to do it, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then you still got to balance all the other things with like a spouse and kids and like enjoyment and you I think you run a lot, so like you have your own personal goals, and so it's
everything gets a sliver till there's no slivers left.
Yep.
It's okay.
Yeah.
So how have you liked the people managing side and the business building side? I think you talked a little bit about like you really enjoy that part of it, and maybe that's more the future of what you're changing some things this year. So maybe like what are you looking forward to this year?
Sure. So looking forward, I do enjoy the people managing, and that may change if we got bigger. I think I like small team right now. It's fantastic. I have a great relationship with everybody who comes into the shop, and that brings me a lot of joy, because before we had that, it was just me out here, and that was very lonely. And I'm not terribly extroverted, but I do like to work around people. And so I think having assistants was a choice that I made because of I wanted people in the studio, so I hired before I was at the point where like desperately needed help. I like the process of teaching. So our first hire was more of like an apprentice role, and it's kind of grown from there. I like teaching on a one-on-one basis, more of like apprentice mentor ish. Either me as the apprentice and somebody else is the mentor, or me as the mentor and somebody else is the apprentice. That's really fulfilling to me. So the staff was, I enjoy that. I get a lot of value out of just them being here. And they're friends now. They're not just people. They're team members. I enjoy their presence and invest in their lives, and they invest in mine. So I do enjoy that a lot. I think that will probably continue. I hope that we have enough work to hire another person this year. So that's on the forefront. We're switching into a lot of our production into slip casting. So I just finished our slip table today. It's right behind me. It's not quite finished, but it's almost done. What else? We're getting a decal printer. So between the slip casting and the decal printer and maybe another person, I'm really hoping to be able to focus more on the business stuff and take me out of as much of the production. Not because I don't love it, because that's what got me into clay to begin with, is the making part. But I just like, this is just a different kind of building.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I mean, I would imagine the weight taken off, being able to slip cast everything, you can delegate that.
Yeah, well, I tried training throwers, and the people who are here, I still think would be really valuable to know how to throw and know how to trim, because we'll still do wheel work. But it does make that easier, because when we hired the first person we hired, it took about a year to train through this for our forms to look like synonymous. Like I could pick his cup or my cup and be like, I don't really know. It was about a year. And that's just a long time.
Was that regular critiques, or how did you kind of refine that over time?
It was like, that wasn't the goal for them both to look the same. I think we were both throwing like separate forms. And it just got to the point where we both ended up making the same thing, and then
out of a necessity of, hey, we need to make mug bodies, so
yeah, right,
we have to get to that point, versus like, hey, Jackson's gonna throw all of these oil bottles because they're indistinguishable. Yeah. Or maybe like they're not gonna be like, oh, I don't think Will threw that one.
Right. So Jack, I mean, he sorry, I'm trying to collect my thoughts. Jackson would throw oil bottles mainly for our farmers markets and in-person shows. He would do other things as well, but he would produce inventory for our local markets. And in addition to what I was making, but we would just make separate things. So when people picked up the different things, as long as it had the same glaze, it was under the same tent, most people weren't thinking, like, oh, did Will make this? And even if they did have that question, for the customer's mindset, I had a big hurdle of saying, like, asking somebody to make something for me, even though I was paying them. It was just like I didn't do it.
Mm-hmm. Even like the handles and stuff, they were doing the handles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I feel like the handle would be the hardest part to let go of.
That was tough. That's why we switched to extruded handles instead of.
That's most production people do extruded handles.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would imagine.
Yeah. We all did. We had at one point 3 different people doing pulled handles, and it was always clear who made which handle. Not always clear who made which cup, but handles for sure. I forget what I was going. Oh yeah. So the things that we created were typically distinct pieces. Like we wouldn't do many of the same thing for like the same like person. Mm-hmm. Or customer. But I think
would you be at the show selling those things, or was he also or somebody else selling at the farmers market?
It could be both. We both ran it. We split up the farmers market schedules. he probably took the majority a few years, and then I took the majority this past year. And then there were times where he can't make it, I'd show up. I can't make it, he'd pop in. Yeah.
This is something I was thinking of. Do you pay them the same as if they're in the studio versus at the farmer's market, or do you have different rates, or like a flat rate, or how did you decide on that?
Same hourly rate, and then at any event that they're at, they get 10% commission of anything that sells.
That's a good system.
Yeah, and so like he'd make bank. Like he'd do really well on several markets for a Saturday's work. Like, typically they're 4-hour markets. And
yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet.
And yeah, trying to figure that out was different. There was a few different. There's been many different like mental barriers that I've had to break through to be able to access that next. Like if you're thinking like a baseball bat, like that, inching your hands down the handle for that extra bit of leverage. Mm-hmm. I've had to like break through a lot for each of those things. So like having people make pots that were sold under Donovan Pottery was one. Paying for ads was one. Like all these things that I thought were making Lord of the Rings pots was one. I didn't think I should make anything that was like could be considered a fan art. All of these like things that I feel like we all have mental or beliefs that are limiting, that if we can just question them for a second, we can get through to something really valuable. Yeah.
Yep.
I like that.
We should probably end on that.
We're kind of pushing.
Yeah, we are.
10:20.
I mean, yeah, we don't really do a time limit for us personally, but like we don't want to waste your time. So like
my kids are asleep. I'm good.
Yeah,
so hope they're asleep.
Yeah, I hope so. Okay, so 2024 looking good. Sounds like you got a plan. I need to plan my goals for 2024, so I'm still figuring that out. I think I'm going to do a little bit of that ClayCon West traveling, but did you have to seek out some advice for the slip casting stuff, or is it you told me before you've done a little bit, but it's like
I've done a little bit. I've been watching a lot of videos, but I've also I've been in clay for over a decade now. I feel like I can do it.
Wow. I was in clay for over a decade when I tried slip casting for the first time with my best friend who hadn't been in clay at all. And let me tell you, we fucked up so bad. And,
I know.
But that was like 24, 25-year-old me.
Hey, I am sure.
Oh, maybe I was 27 at the time.
I know that I am. What's the word? Uninformed optimist right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll probably hit the informed pessimist soon. But
sometimes I was thinking about this today. This is kind of not related, but kind of like, those those fresh to business people, like new business people that are like, this year's gonna be great, blah 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 blah, and they're like so excited, and I'm like, I just want to punch you in the face right now.
So ambitious, but then you're like, I think the year's gonna punch you in the face as you go through it and figure things out, and then you look back and you're like, I didn't get any of that done.
I'm gonna make $100,000 this year. Okay.
We'll figure it out step by step.
Honestly, I hope they do. I hope that.
Yeah, I'm sure there's gonna be moments where you're like,
to be good for somebody.
You're doing it, and then you're like, at what breaking point are you like, okay, we still need to be making the mug bodies. Like, we're gonna figure it out, but we still need to make like.
Oh yeah.
90% of them are thrown, and then you're like, okay, we're figuring it out. We get like little tests, and then
we're gonna have to feather them in.
Yeah.
And
I believe in you.
I've got us through March to figure this out. At least, like, I'm giving myself lots of leeway through March to learn.
You should take Kurt's 101 class on how to.
It's in my shopping cart.
Perfect. Boom.
So shout out Kurt. Thank you, man.
There you go.
Woo.
Well, yeah, you have to. I mean, it's a big reconfiguration of studio space. I don't know how many molds you expect to have, but I mean, I would guess. I mean, having other people do them, it's like.
I don't know yet. I want to have at least 20. I want to be able to make 120 a week. Just cast.
Well, yeah, and you're in fucking South Carolina, like the humidityest place in the whole humidity world. Like,
I have an armpit.
Yeah.
Pretty armpit.
Yeah. I still have yet to get to South Carolina and North Carolina, so maybe I'll hit you up when I go to South Carolina. I think that's the goal for this year is South Carolina and North Carolina.
Yeah, we've been to Charleston. We haven't been to Greenville, though.
Yeah.
Anytime
Charleston and Savannah.
I mean, I'm not going to stay with you. You have children. But I will say hi.
Not get a good night's sleep staying with us. But
I have a van. I have like a traveling... I can park in front of your house.
There we go.
Yeah.
That worked.
She might come by and fire some stuff in your kiln or something.
Yeah, bring them home.
The kids can come out of a sleepover. Give you guys a night.
Hey, don't tempt me for... I will send them off in a heartbeat.
As long as they don't wet the bed, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, they're past that. Yeah, they're past that. Barely, but past it.
Well, yeah. We'll just take everything out. You can take everything out of under my bed, and it's like you could fit like 5 children in there on the floor. Like
a
easy.
fort.
Easy.
Oh, yeah. And they'd probably love that. My
God.
Right now is insisting on sleeping on the spare dog bed next to his bed. So
obviously
anything that's not a bed, it's fair game. So under a bed.
I slept in like one of those big horse troughs when I was like 10. You know, I was that kid too. I was just a fucking weirdo. So.
In a manger? You were a babe in a manger?
I was a weirdo in a manger.
It's a big manger. Oh, man. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, best of luck in 2024. Looking forward to that recap at the end of the year.
Thanks.
And we'll have to check back in and see how all the takeaways from this will be nice to hear it like right at the beginning, and then you can see where you're at the end.
I'm excited for that. I really am.
Should we schedule an end of year podcast right now?
And then we'll like see what the numbers are different for the report.
But
it kind of worked out last time. I was here a year ago. So.
Yeah. We can not with me. We can bookend it a year out. We have one with Heidi too that we bookended, and yeah. So we'll keep in touch about that. Where can people find you?
Instagram or TikTok are probably my 2 main pages. It's Donovan Pottery, or on TikTok it's Donovan Potts, and our website is donovanpottery.com.
And that's DONOVAN?
Yeah. DONOVAN.
Okay.
Nice.
Cool.
All right. Well, appreciate your time.
It's a real pleasure. Thank you so much for hosting me.
Wait, don't go away because, well, we're going to say bye. Don't go away because I got to show you all these pots.
Yeah. All right. Bye, everybody. Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for listening to another episode of Wheel Talk. This podcast is made possible through the contributions of all of our listeners who always ask us great questions, leave us reviews, and contact with us through social media. Thanks to all the fellow makers as well who take time to be interviewed and share about their lives and businesses.
And thank you to Ashley from Boldover Ceramics and Lindy from Lindy Garner Ceramics for their assistance on the Wheel Talk Podcast Instagram. You are invaluable. Thank you to everybody.